Right. Good morning, Year Sevens. Hope you're all okay, and you and your families have been doing all right so far this week. So, picking up from where we were last Friday, we are looking at the Jewish festival of Passover, and as you may recall, this remembers the Jews, or the Israelites as they were known, escaping from Egypt and being freed by God under the leadership of Moses, and taking them back to the promised land, which in this time is Canaan. Okay, so each year Jews remember this event known as Pesach, also sort of associated with spring. And what Jews tend to do is they have a special meal together as a family called the Seder meal. And this order of the meal is written down in the Haggadah, which is a story which retells the story of Exodus, of Moses, the plagues, and them leaving Egypt. So, as you might remember, the thing is called the Passover because it reminds the Jews of the last of the 10 plagues, when the angel of death passed over the Jews and killed the firstborn son of each Egyptian family. And as we discussed in the lesson, this does raise some difficult questions about the nature of God and this relationship that he has with the Jewish people. Okay, so just to clarify then, so the Haggadah, which literally means story, is used by the family to retell the story. And as they're telling the story as a family, they will partake in certain rituals or of food, symbolic food, to remember certain events. Okay, and that's what I'm going to ask you to find out about in a moment. So at the time of the Passover, the family is looking back to the past when God sort of helped them escape from Egypt, but also they're looking forward as well to a time when they will when order and justice will be restored to the world. They hope for the return of their prophet Elijah, or at the arrival of a kind of Messiah who is going to kind of transform the world and return it to a place of social justice. Okay, and there will be a new temple built in honor of this God. So this is kind of what's going on in the time of the Passover, and when they're celebrating it as a family, looking back but looking forward to a better world in the future. Perhaps an important message at this time of difficulties with coronavirus. Okay, so what I want you to do is, in your exercise books, ideally take a double spread page and to draw something like this. It doesn't have to be as perfect as this, but a sort of a large circle in the middle of your pages with these foods on. Okay, and a small little bowl of salt water on one side, and then your matzah on the other. Okay, and then what I want you to do around the picture is I want you to find out what each of these foods symbolize and how they're linked to the Passover story. Okay, some of them you probably guess already from what you remember from last lesson, but others you'll need to find out. And then under the headings, you can see matzah, bitter herb, past, etc. Under those headings, I want you to write an explanation of what each of the foods symbolize. Okay, now to help you with that, I'm going to put two links onto the Edmodo page. That will be a link to the BBC Religions page, and also a link to the video of the film that I've shown you in class, which is My Life, My Religion, Judaism. There's a little section on Passover, so you can watch those. Okay, so that's your task, is to find out what these foods symbolize, and then to write these in your books under each of the headings. Okay, all right, I'll be in touch again soon. Okay, thanks very much. Bye now.